Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here. Little Joan, we're doing a thing. You awake? Yeah, we're doing a Hollywoke hot take, babe. Hollywoke hot take. Because Hollywood, it's so woke. Elliot Page comes out as trans, formerly known as Ellen Page. Elliot, welcome to the world of dudes. Let me explain to you some of the rules. First off, dudes don't normally, well, I should say actual dudes that aren't trying to have sex with woke girls, tend not to put their pronouns in their bio. And I think it's weird that you picked he, they instead of he, him. Why not go the whole way? I mean, if you're going to be a dude, he, him would have been my choice. But hey. And you're worried about pronouns. Dude, people are just going to call you Paige. Paige, what the hell are you doing, Paige? That's the way dudes talk. We're very abrasive. Very abrasive. But you know, it's all in good fun. We break each other's stones over, work stuff or girls or whatever. We're very mean. But it's a meanness that it has a lot of levity to it. Because it's like we're, toughening each other up, but we're not really vicious about it. We're kind of like brutish about it, but not vicious. And, so you got to let things roll off. When somebody calls you a name, you can't get all bent out of shape. And I can't help but feel that your transition here feels a little forced. I mean, it was only a year ago that you came out as lesbian. And a guy's reaction to that would be, that's hot. That's hot. But now you're coming out as a dude, not as hot. But you're still welcome nonetheless. But, it's a rough world being a guy. Now that you're a white guy who's into women, you should know that, man, the white guys are taking it on the chin these days. Whew. I mean, everybody comes out, says, calls us racist and all sorts of names. I mean, they probably won't do that to you because you're sort of new to the whole thing, but, that's the vicious element. See, the dudes, we like, the bros, we like call each other names, but that's in fun. But when other people outside the bros circle calls you names, well, that can be sort of vicious and hurtful. But, we're bros, so most times it doesn't bother us. It may bother you, though. I don't know. Let's read a little bit about how you came out. Hi, friends. I just want to share to you that I'm trans. My pronouns are he, they, and my name is Elliot. I feel lucky to be writing this, to be here, to have arrived at this place in my life. I feel an overwhelming gratitude for the incredible people who have been supporting me in this journey. See, you talk a lot about your feelings. It's not a very guy thing. In fact, a guy probably wouldn't have told anybody. A guy would have just shown up, and somebody would have turned to them and said, you look different, dude. Yeah, no, I'm a dude now. Oh, okay. And that would have been the entire conversation. That's it. When my friend came out as trans, my reaction was, okay, whatever. It's none of my business. It's none of my business how my friend likes to live her life. And she wanted to be called she? All right, whatever. It's none of my business. See, guys are kind of like that. They're not like constantly sharing their feelings in a public forum to get validation from everybody or setting themselves up so the moment someone looks at you cross-eyed, you can say, aha, you hate me. I'm a victim. So you got to stop doing that because you're a dude now. Dudes don't do that. Dudes say, F you. Somebody doesn't like you, they go, F you. I don't like you. That's the way they act. So, I mean, if you want to be a dude, you're going to have to start manning up a little more. And all this talk about your feelings and your courage and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you don't need that validation when you're a dude. Because you're a dude. Because your bros are going to make fun of you anyway. Your bros are going to be like, bro, what's all these Facebook posts you're doing? Like, why do you keep announcing things about your personal life? What's up with that, man? That's the way bros react. Just, live your life. And when somebody says, "Oh, are you trans? Are you a guy now?" Just say, "Yeah." So what? That's it. That's all you need to say. And be comfortable with who you are. It's just this whole thing that you're unwinding and rolling out. Can't help but feel like it's a bit of a side move to boost your career a little bit. But maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't know you personally. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I watched Juno. I thought it was an okay movie. I don't watch The Umbrella Academy. I don't even know what channel it's on. I'm kind of unplugged these days. I know it's based on a comic book. I wasn't a fan of the comic, so I wasn't going to hunt that down. It might be good. I hear it looks decent. The commercials look okay. But, who needs this big announcement? I mean, Elliot addresses the threats facing the trans community head-on, saying he will do everything he can to take on harassment, self-loathing, abuse, and the threat of violence every day. The threat of violence every day? I don't know about that. I mean, if you were a dude, you'd know the threat of violence is around every corner. Pretty much any dude you meet might start a fight with you. I mean, is that what you're talking about? I don't think so. I think you're talking about the trans community. And I think you got to realize that anybody could be a victim of violence. Guys are just used to it. We're just used to getting beat up. I used to get beat up in school all the time. Well, I shouldn't say beat up. I used to get threatened and sometimes have to fight my way out of it. I didn't look for violence. I wasn't a violent kid, but, that's what happens when you grow up and when you're a guy. So, I can't help but feel that you're setting yourself up for, if you actually want to live as a man, that you're setting yourself up for quite a rude shock if you want to be treated as a man. It feels like you don't want to be treated as a man. It feels like you're kind of taking on the whole trans community, taking on their attacks. Like, you're putting yourself up in front of the trans community. They're like, no, take me instead. Take me. And that you'll be facing up against Mike Pence. But okay, whatever. But, I mean, what I don't understand is if you're a trans man, how are you still gay? I mean, if you're gay and you're a man, because trans women are women, so wouldn't you be straight because you like women? It's very confusing. But you're not my friend. I don't know who you are. So your pronouns or name or whatever, they're unimportant to me. I'm not interacting with you. I just see you as someone who's on the internet or on TV or some random actor I don't know. So it's not really an issue. It never was. And newsflash, it was never really an issue for anybody. Most people, it wasn't an issue. Back in the day, my parents, they had a friend that was about their age who was, they called her a female impersonator. Was she trans? I'm not sure how she lived her life in the day to day, but she did a Cher show, right? That was her gig, and I assume she was pretty feminine for a guy if she did that. So she might have been trans or proto-trans or whatever you would call trans people before the term came into vogue. And so they're older than me, and they were born and grew up in the 50s and early 60s. They were perfectly fine with their friend. Saw them in shows in the 80s at the casinos and the 90s. I think they saw him or her recently in sometime in the 2000s. Not a problem with that person at all. They were still friends enough that they got free tickets to the show. I think some people just kind of over dramatize things. It's honestly not that big a deal. It's your business. It's your private business. When it comes down to it, yeah, okay, you changed your name and you're an actor, and maybe you need to tell everybody that, but I mean, to go on and on like this, it's like, it's just your life. Go live it. Why must everything be, look at me. Look at me. Look what I'm doing. Everybody be proud of me. How about just do it? Seriously, dude. Just live your damn life.